Alright everybody, what's going on here? Welcome back to another football video. So here's my news for Bayern Munich. I'm going to be doing these types of videos and all that stuff where I talk about Bayern's transfer update and all that. And apparently now Niklas Sule is going to be leaving Bayern for Borussia Dortmund, for this summer. So this is going to be his last season with Bayern. And, we're going to be basically letting him go on a free transfer, which I think is pretty freaking stupid. But this honestly doesn't surprise me because Bayern have a history of doing these dumb transfer decisions. Like, for example, selling Toni Kroos to Real Madrid in 2014 for basically peanuts. Like that was just one of the most boneheaded decisions Bayern have ever made, was us selling Kroos. I think that was stupid as hell. We should have never done that. We should have done everything we could to keep Toni Kroos, but us selling him basically made no sense. So that's that. A really boneheaded move by Bayern in the transfer window. And then, we did that same thing with Thiago where we sold him to Liverpool for basically peanuts. We basically got little for him in return, and now we're getting nothing in return for Niklas Sule. So honestly, man, I'm just hoping that Bayern have a plan up their sleeve, because I can imagine that maybe now this is going to mean that we could likely be either getting Rudiger or De Ligt to the squad. And me personally, I would hope that this means that we're going to be getting either of those two players. But me personally, I prefer De Ligt. I mean, not De Ligt, sorry. I personally prefer Rudiger just because Rudiger, I think he's a more proven center back compared to De Ligt, just because I still feel like De Ligt at times makes way too many, his decision making and his errors. I feel like that De Ligt is more prone to error and just really bad decision making compared to Rudiger. And I just personally think Rudiger is the more consistent defender compared to De Ligt. So I personally would prefer us to have Rudiger on the squad. So I'm hoping this is going to mean that we can do everything in our power to get Rudiger, even if we have to meet his wage demands. I mean, I think it's going to be worth it just because you saw what he did with Chelsea. He won a Champions League with them, and he's proven to be a really good center back on the pitch, and I think he would make a great pairing with Upamecano, and especially with Hernandez. We would have a complete great center back duo at that point if we were to get him. So obviously I don't understand why Bayern keep making these transfer decisions where they basically get little to nothing in return for their players, and I really wish that Bayern would learn from their mistakes, because I just hope that they don't make the same damn mistakes with Musiala and Kimmich, because if they do that, then I will be completely scratching my head and wondering why this Bayern team has not learned from their mistakes and all that stuff. But I mean, really, dude, we gotta actually do a way better job in these transfer windows, because apparently, Sule, he was pushing for a move to the Prem League, but, that didn't come through. So now he's basically left with leaving for Borussia Dortmund. And me personally, I liked Sule at Bayern. I think he was a great addition to our squad. He provided a great depth for us. So, us letting go of Sule, we're probably going to lose a bit of a depth in our defense, unless we can make up for it by going after either Rudiger or De Ligt, but I don't know if that's going to happen and all that stuff. But really, just a really stupid decision by Bayern's office, in my opinion, to let him go on a free transfer and then get nothing for him in return. And obviously we offered him a very crap deal, so of course he's not going to take that, because he's going to be determining what his actual net worth should be, what his worth is and all that. But I just hope that that this is not going to come back and bite Bayern back in the behind, because if this happens, then of course that would just make Bayern look absolutely foolish, for making this move, because that's what actually happened to us with the Toni Kroos transfer when we sold him to Real Madrid. It came back biting us in the behind, because since from that point on, it seemed like we could not compete at all against Cristiano Ronaldo's Real Madrid side in the Champions League for the next 2 years and all that stuff. That's that. So that's an example of how the Toni Kroos transfer really bit Bayern back in the behind. But in other news, Manuel Neuer, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks because he had surgery on his knee. He posted on his Instagram. So Bayern are going to have to get used to life without Neuer for the next few weeks and all that stuff. So I'm just wondering how well Sven Ulreich is going to perform for him as a replacement, as our second choice keeper and all that stuff. But that's pretty much it here with the video. Nothing much else to say, but really pretty dumb move of Bayern to let Niklas Sule go on a free and then get nothing for him in return. So it doesn't make sense at all.